Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another video of Marvel Contest of Champions. Today we're gonna look at the Deathless War Showcase, and this is going to be all of your tech champions. Now this does start off with Howard the Duck and end up with Red Skull, and the team I'm gonna use is going to be all Saga champions, but all of them are going to be cosmic. So I've got Deathless Thanos, I've also got a Serpent, Null, and also a really clutch champion that is going to be Angela. She did some really crazy fights here, and if you have her, bring her along. Her ability to just ignore auto block is just amazing. And finally, I also had Gladiator. I was hoping to use him a bit more, but I didn't end up using him much. So yeah, that was it. For the fights, to be honest, the fights are very straightforward. The difficult ones, Angela can take them out super easily. So when you look at the fights, you are going to have to face Howard the Duck. There's also, I think a difficult fight is going to be Omega Sentinel, just because if you push her to an SP2, she's going to do all of that dot damage with the Incinerate. That is quite a bit. And also her auto block, so just bring in Angela for that and you should be good. There's also going to be a Shocker, so you need to play carefully against Shocker. That is mostly a mechanical fight, so you need to understand how Shocker ability works. And then there is also a Warlock, which is pretty straightforward. There is, however, Peni Parker that comes up ahead, so you need a champion that even if you get auto block, the power drain does not do you damage. So for me, it was Gladiator. For you, it can be some other champion as well, so make sure when you choose your Saga selection, you bring the right champion for Penny. And then, of course, there is going to be your future Antman. He's annoying as usual, so I think I took him down with a Gladiator, but there are plenty of options to take him down. And finally, you have the Red Skull, so your champions who can take advantage of armor ups or who can remove armors are going to go. So this first fight was against Howard the Duck, and as you know, this type of content just takes away a lot of time. And not my favorite type of content, but I'm happy that I'm getting T7 basics here. So I was able to make one tier 7 basic after exploring all of it. So I'm happy about that. So yeah, just building up to an SP3 and then doing some damage to Howard the Duck, keeping him to an SP1, and I was able to bring him down. With that another SP1, all of that corruption and the armor breaks. It was a fun fight with Null. Null is just amazing. Next up is going to be a Jack-o'-lantern, nothing too difficult, just keep him to, both specials can be waited, but I prefer keeping him to an SP2. So what I try to do here is use my SP3 first and then alternate my SP1 and SP2, building up those furies and always trying to hack Jack-o'-lantern in the corner of his side so I can do a bit of damage. And so it's just the usual survival till 1 minute mark, and after the 1 minute mark you start doing 100% extra damage. So easy peasy, lemon squeezy, easy fight. So I'll leave you to it, and I will talk about the difficult fights that I think you will need a specific cosmic champions for them. Now this next fight is going to be a Mega Sentinel, and this can go south very quickly if you don't have an auto block counter. You absolutely need an auto block counter. So the way this fight works is you have to keep Mega Sentinel to an SP1 only. The SP2 does quite a bit of damage. I learned that pretty fast. I tried to evade the last hit to avoid the incinerate, but I end up blocking it. And look at that, one incinerate, how much damage is ticking me for? I'm just losing my health. But that's okay. I knew I was gonna heal it up eventually because of the node there. When I'm away, I got my health restored, but then I learned my lesson and I only kept Omega Sentinel to an SP1, and that is much easier to evade. And the auto block counter from Angela did the remaining. I didn't have to worry about the armor ups. So you can do a similar thing if you bring in other champions that have true accuracy that can bypass auto block. So I would say somebody like Gladiator with his SP2 should work. Also, she's a robot, so you can also bring in Medusa, you can also bring in Vision Arcus. So there are plenty of options that you can work around. As soon as you shut her down, you don't have to worry about all of that auto block. And if you don't push her to an SP2, you don't need to worry about the Incinerate as well. So yeah, that's pretty much there is to this fight. Make sure that you have that auto block counter, otherwise this fight can be a nightmare to deal with. And next up we have Mr. Shocker. Now he is a vanilla fight. There is no like different nodes on it, only the one that you have to wait out for 1 minute before you can do 100% of damage. But Shocker's own kit is pretty annoying to deal with. So once he does get an SP1, you have to wait it out. Then he gets another SP1 and he goes unblockable, so he's going to be annoying. I was trying to push him to an SP2, it's much easier to evade. And the name of the game was really simple for me, just build up to an SP3, throw that out, and then just go ahead and hit specials in his block so they can be unblockable, and alternate my SP1 and SP2 so I can gain all of those Furies while he is cornered into his wall. And yeah, that was it about the strategy. I was trying to stay very close to him so I don't let him charge into me with a medium, because when he charges with a medium he goes unblockable and that can really hurt. So just here, SP2, evade, and here we go again. I think I go in with a striker here, and then with another 5-hit combo, ending with an SP1 just here, and boom, that does quite a bit of damage, and the direct damage is also there, so it's doing quite a bit of damage on the Shocker to take him out. Throws an SP2. In the meanwhile, I get my health restored because of the charges, and just like that, alternating SP1 and SP2, I should be good. I do make a mistake here and I lose a lot of health because I forget that he's going to be unblockable when he dashes with the medium. So that's where I made a mistake, and right here I think, and I eat an SP3, yeah. And that does quite a bit of damage to me, but that was okay. I managed to survive in the end. So you just have to be careful about the medium. Unless you can land a few intercepts, you are good. But a neat trick is I wait for Shocker to like dash into me, and I dash back, and then when he does a light attack, that can be parried, because it's only first medium attack during the medium dash is going to be unblockable. So if you can play around that, you should be good. Just trying to bait his SP2 out here. Finally throws it. There we go. And then with the 5-hit combo and a slow SP1 that hits him in the block and does quite a bit of damage. So yeah, that was it about this fight. I hope this is helpful and you can get through him. It's going to be one of the more trickier fights. Mr. Ironman Infinity War, the OG champion that was all about auto block and gave all of us a lot of anxiety in Lions War, if you remember. And in the beginning, people were just trying to find a counter when there weren't many counters, and we used to do like Hyperion heavy into heavy type of shit, and we were able to get through Infinity Ironman. But now there is a lot of options available. So one of the best options is Angela. You can also use Gladiator here. Other options that can bypass auto block can work really well too. So this fight is not going to be a problem until you get down to the final 20 or 15%, or unless Ironman Infinity War gains 3 armor ups where he starts auto blocking. So keep an eye on that and just do your regular rotation. With Angela, she also parries non-projectile, so I can easily parry Ironman Infinity War. She's like the perfect counter for him. So I am just gonna slowly take him down. I'm gonna wait out for the first minute, so where he does not take full damage, and after the first minute he will start taking 100% extra damage, and there where I will start doing some really chunks of good damage, 43,000, 44,000 criticals. Just bait the SP1s and SP2s out. But remember, when you go down to 15%, you have to use heavy attacks only, because the armor ups will give you auto block. Unless you're using Angela, then you don't need to worry about it. You won't get auto block there, because the more buffs you have on Angela, especially a SIG 200 Angela, she ignores 33% of the auto block. So if you have 4 of them, so you are ignoring 123% of the auto block. So the auto block does not play any kind of role if you bring in an auto block counter. So you should be able to get through this fight relatively unscathed. Just be careful of the last 15% and you are golden. And just at the start of the final path, you are going to have a Shuri. Now, Shuri on her own is not really a difficult fighter. SP1 and SP2 are easily raidable, and all it is a waiting game for her to, just go up to 1 minute, and then you can start doing all the extra damage. But the problem here is that she does have a non-projectile attack on her medium, and you cannot parry that. So you need a specialty champion that can parry those medium. So Angela does work really well. So all the difficult fights that you're there in this tech path, Angela can really get those done. Might be a longer fight depending if you have a 7-star Angela or a 6-star. Mine is a 6-star ascended one, 6200, so she comes in handy with all these kinds of fights. So yeah, just a quick one here. Just make sure that you have a champion that can easily parry Shuri, and you should be good. And the specials 1 and 2 are easily raidable, so she is just a big meatball waiting to go down once the 1 minute mark hits. And then you have Peni Parker, so it's very important to bring in the right counter for her, because when she does auto block you, she is going to deal you damage based on the power burn. So you have to bring in a cosmic champion that is also decayed that can deal with that. So champions like Serpent, Gladiator, all of these champions work really well. I had both of them, but I just went with Serpent. You notice that I started off with 30% health, but I'm not really worried about it because I'm going to heal that up anyway, because with the nodes at 1 minute mark, all of your health is restored anyway, so it's just a waiting game. I like pushing her to an SP2 here and then blocking it out, so I don't give many of the charges for the auto block, so I can just simply rinse and repeat and take her down. And because it's a longer fight with Serpent, I like to go the SP3 first, and once the SP3 is done, then I like to do SP1 and SP2 kind of alternate into block for the unblockable, and that does usually bring down Peni Parker really fast. I'm not really worried about the auto block, because as soon as I auto block, I will start hitting in the blocks, and that will remove the shield from Peni Parker, and just like that, and that will help me later where I want to take her down. You notice my health bar is back to full. That means that is the 1 minute mark, and now all the damage will be increased. So from here onwards is going to be a very quick fight taking down Peni Parker. Just make sure that you bring in the right counter that can deal with the power burn damage. Now, if there was ever a champion I hated to face in the tech class, that is going to be future Antman. Because of his special two is such a weird kind of projectile. It's very similar to the projectile of a Guardian. The first projectile is so slow that you missed it so many times. It's just because the second and third projectile are so fast, and you always end up I at least always end up missing them and I always get hit, and I've given a couple of deaths like this in Alliance War. It takes so much out of me not to do that, so I just end up blocking the SP2s anyway, so that kind of helps me, you know, evade the remaining hits of the SP2. But that the first projectile is really annoying. So try to get a champion that can keep his armor ups down. Gladiator naturally keeps the armor ups down with his Sig ability, and mine is a 7-star rank 3 Sig 200, so that helps. Again, you just have to wait till the first minute for the damage cap to be restored. So right there, all of my health is restored. Now I know I will do extra damage, so just 5-hit combos into a block, wait for him to throw a SP2, and once he does that, just block the first hit and I can evade the other ones, but I chose to parry, just being super safe there. And just when you have 25 confidence, Striker, a big SP2 after heavy attack, and look at that damage, he is going to melt away. So just like that, as long as there is no armor on future Antman, he's nothing. You don't even need to worry about, you know, stopping your combos at 4 hits, because no armor ups means no stuns, and you should be able to get through this fight relatively quickly. SP2 is ready again. Just gonna wait, throw a heavy unblockable SP2, and that's also gonna do quite a bit of damage with those incinerates and melt him away. And the boss is going to be a Red Skull, of course, as usual, as annoying. Make sure that you bring in a champion that can deal with all of those armors. And when you hit in the block, the armor burn does not, the power burn does not give you damage. So Serpent is a good one, Gladiator a good one. Similar champions work really well in the Saga champ. So took quite a bit of damage in the beginning. And he does have auto block, but I don't need to worry about that. Once I have my SP2 going, I'll get the true strike, so nothing to worry about the auto block. The vigilance will come into play. Let him throw the SP1 and I can attack right back at it. I don't think I do here for whatever reason, but the fight was super quick and easy because the armors did not stack and I was able to run through Red Skull also with Gladiator. So that was my run with the techs. Not really a big fan of this type of content, but it does give you a rank 5 gem, and the most important, gives you 3 or 7 basics that we all need. So I would say take half an hour out of your day and get this done, both of those, the mystics and the techs. It will help you in the long run for more rank 4s. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you found it helpful. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back later with a video on incursions. I've got a really good strategy ready to share with you guys, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.